Hi, this email's going out to a few select people on our database. Access to what I'm about to share to you is going to be limited to an even smaller group, actually, that we choose to work with. You know what we're about, but it's possible you don't actually know our full story. We've all met at different times, of course. It was my birthday the other day, and I can officially say I've been in property now for 2 decades. You probably think there's only been sort of 2 property cycles in that time, 2 up and downs. You'd be wrong. I've seen about at least 6. And the reason that we operate in a local property market. It's not in the whole property market in the UK as a whole. You can't buy in a market. You can only buy on one street. So what I've about to tell you now, I've seen at least 6 times already. Yeah, at least 6 times. I missed it once. I was too slow. I didn't know enough. I missed it the second time. I didn't have enough capital on hand, so I just grasped at the coattails of it moving by, I guess. The third, fourth, fifth times, I nailed it. Made several £1 million personally, and the legacy of my actions now, I suppose, it's still living with that now, makes life very comfortable today. Our clients made tens of millions of pounds. You've heard the phrase, past performance isn't an indicator of future success, of course. There's no guarantees with what I'm going to show you today or in life in general, but that's why those guys put their statements on the end of the adverts. But however, if something has worked, and it's more than just betting, it's a process, then there's a good chance it will work again. Like I say, this has worked for me a few times already. So what did we do? We identified an area, a town, a city that was significantly undervalued, and I mean at a macro scale. We scoured the properties, the area for properties that were cheap, even for that area, and we piled in. So very cheap houses, sub 40, £50,000, perhaps £55,000 area max, in an area that's got good fundamentals. It's regenerating. Good. Call them fundamentals. Demographic is good. The employment's good. The yields will be exceptionally good to start off with. They'll fall to normal levels as price rises come up. And you either take your capital out and bring them to a more normal level, or you leave them at that extra high yield. I did it first in Northampton, and then Nottingham, and then moving out and again. One thing that we noticed, and it remains true to today, is we've never bought a sub £50,000 house and not had it double in 5 years. So you might guess we've just opened up a new area and we're trying to replicate the same model again. We will replicate the same model again. I'm absolutely no doubt about it. We'll be buying in these areas for the next 2 to 5 years, if any of the past performance is anything to go by, and then we will have made the market and the price will have started to go up. Personally, I'm going to buy at least 1 a month in these areas. Clients won't be able to have all the properties because I need some myself. We're definitely going to make the market, turning these houses into homes, regenerating whole areas. We've done it before in areas in Nottingham and beyond. I say we. Of course, we aren't the only ones who have noticed this. There's plenty of other landlords in these areas. We're all ahead of the curve, piling in. So it will be a mass effect, and we've seen it happen. A house. These places are relatively unknown. They'll remain like that for a good 12 to 18 months. Perhaps we've got 2 years, but there's a tipping point after which the properties ping back up to where they were valued at the peak, because that's right, these areas are experiencing a mini localized recession, if you like. In fact, probably for the last couple of years, now things are on the up because big infrastructure investment, things are going well in these areas. I'm not going to tell you any more than that. I nearly did, but I'm not telling you any more than that because let's go outside into the sunshine a bit. We'll see what it's like here. I'm out in Italy at the moment. Yeah, I nearly said a few bits there that would have given it away. More important for me, it's the fundamentals. Even if the area didn't show promise like it does, all the stuff that the councils pump out about mission, vision, investment in the area, it's all true, it's all backed up. But even only 50% of that came true. By the way, the HS2 line is not too far away from these areas. I just worked out in my head that is something I can tell you. The HS2 line's quite long, isn't it? However, man, the fundamentals are you can't build a house for much less than £100,000. You can buy 2, nearly 3 for the same money in these areas. So If you get these things insured, well, obviously you will get these insured, but when you get these things insured, the rebuild will be about £125,000. It's crazy, it just doesn't stack up. If I was a clever economist, I'd say something like, there's a disequilibrium. Obviously, I'm not a clever economist, I can't even pronounce it. These properties will give momentum investing in the short term, crazy yields, cash flow every month. Over the medium term, the next sort of 12 to 24 months, they'll rise in value. You can get momentum investing, pulling some of your cash out. But in the 3 to 5 years, prices will snap back, more like to the values where they were before. No promises, but don't forget, there's people living in these houses that bought them at the peak. They owe more than the houses are worth now. Everyone wants these houses back to normal. The homeowners, the estate agents, the banks. And if David Wilson Homes builds a whole house next door, they'll flog it for £100,000. The local economy is supporting things massively. So yeah, all good things. I'm probably in danger of repeating myself there. So I haven't told you where the places are. It's on purpose. I'm afraid this won't be for everyone. Clients who get to buy here will be part of a bit of a club, an exclusive club. There just aren't enough of these houses to go around. There's already some upward price pressure, isn't there? You're going to need to tick some boxes before you go ahead. I need to have already met you, or the team does. You need some cash to invest, of course. If you're ready to ride the wave, ping us back an email. We've probably met. If you get this email, we've probably met. But if not, book to visit us. Come on a Discovery Day, and yeah, hopefully we'll be buying you some houses. Let's give a little view here because this is pretty stunning. Talking about yeah. There you go. Look, see, still living with the legacy of paid for by houses bought in Nottingham 5-6 years ago. So yeah, get in touch.